Hey thrill seekers, this compilation of ghostly encounters and paranormal phenomena will leave you questioning reality. There's also a creepy bonus that you've never seen before. So, if you're ready for your daily dose of horror, stick around because what comes along with it will leave you scared straight. Riverside Secrets. A paranormal investigation crew explored the mysterious river's edge. Locals had stories of sadness and fear, like a boy who was lost in a mudslide and a man who ended his life there. Even worse, children's graves line the riverbank, bearing witness to a dark past. This investigation crew was on a mission to restore your faith in the supernatural. They left offerings and prayers to comfort trapped souls. Then, things got seriously spooky. As the sun set, they saw something that'll give you more than your daily dose of horror.
Được đấy. Trong lưng mình xe lối điện. Thật chiêm. Cho lại tay hết rồi. Tàu bạn bên mình.
Not a shadow or a blur, but a figure like it's from another world sitting by the river. Could it be the man's spirit or the boy who was swept away? We can't be sure. As they got closer, the figure disappeared into the water, leaving ripples behind. Courageous Canine. It's a late afternoon in the city of Angels, Chile, when a CCTV camera captures a teenage girl, presumably on her way home from school. What unfolds next is something you've never seen before. The girl walks down a quiet, dimly lit alley when a silver Nissan pulls up beside her. A man, brandishing a weapon, starts talking to the girl. Fear consumes her, and she instinctively steps back, putting distance between herself and the car. The men back up their vehicle, following her menacingly. But then, out of nowhere, a small stray dog appears. It rushes in, barking aggressively at the dangerous strangers. The brave little pup effectively becomes the girl's savior, sparing her from a horrifying fate. This heroic canine story quickly spread like wildfire on the internet, with countless people praising the stray for its quick thinking and selfless protection of a complete stranger. As for what happened to the little dog after it vanished from the frame, I can't say, but this footage is sure to restore your faith in goodness outweighing the evil in this world. Whispers from the shadows. Now, this next video, found on the internet, shared on Facebook by Marla, will send shivers down your spine. Marla was going about her business, rearranging furniture in her son's room, innocently recording a video of the room's fresh look. Her intention was to show her daughter, but when she played the video back, what she discovered will leave you questioning reality. Marla swears she was alone in the room when she spotted something truly unsettling. In the video, a little hand seems to move mysteriously behind her son's cabinets, but here's where it gets even spookier. Viewers picked up on a man's voice in the background, whispering ever so quietly, "Don't be afraid to die now." Marla decided to share the video on Facebook, hoping for some thoughts or ideas on what she might have captured. She mentioned that aside from one strange incident involving a fan switch, flicking on and off in her son's room. She's never really encountered anything paranormal in her home. So, my question to you is, what do you think this could be? Beyond the trees. What you're about to witness is an old video that's been lurking deep within the darkest corners of the internet. Its source remains a mystery, and its contents, well, they're nothing short of astonishing, and are sure to be something you've never seen before. A group of friends gathers in the remote woods of FY France, enjoying a casual evening of drinks and laughter. They couldn't have anticipated the terror that was about to unfold.
Vous avez vu un truc encore bouger?
Bon, toi là.
Il y a un truc là-bas?
Il y a un truc derrière là.
Attendez. Minou, j'ai trouvé ta mère.
Putain!
Putain. Il est mignon le chat.
Ouais, il est un peu gros le chat, j'aime pas ça. Ouais, je vais me barrer. Oh, non?
Bah il y a un... Oh, c'est deux fils de gueule.
Pourquoi t'as laissé tomber la torche?
Pour éclairer, putain!
Attendez, accélère.
Suddenly, they spot what they initially believed to be a dog crouched behind a tree. But as the video progresses, it becomes chillingly evident that this is no ordinary canine. Something otherworldly is lurking, with long, bony fingers and an unusually large skeletal head. The video, however, ends abruptly, leaving us with an unanswered question that lingers like an eerie whisper in the night. Could this group have had an encounter of the third kind, a meeting with beings not of this world? Or is there another explanation? Deserted hauntings. Alex, a dedicated paranormal investigator, sets out on a quest. His destination, an abandoned restaurant in the heart of England, left untouched for over 2 decades. The tale that led him here is a chilling one. The former owners, tormented by relentless paranormal activity, abruptly fled the premises. The restaurant, now a dilapidated and forsaken structure, rests deep within the desolate woods. Alex embarks on this daunting investigation alone, plunging into the depths of night. As he readies a motion-detecting music box in the bar area, the eerie event unfolds. A static camera captures the hair-raising moment when a door slams shut of its own accord. But that's just the beginning. Alex decides to undertake a spirit box session, hoping to catch glimpses of the otherworldly. And then it happens.
I've got the music box set up at the moment. Just doing a little walkthrough. Hello? Where are you? Can you give me a sign, please? Oh, f***ing hell! What the f... I don't understand how these were locked down. It's crazy, I don't understand this. I'm pretty sure this was like that. Hello? I just see too much standing there. Who's there?
Bottles on the bar seem to move on their own, pushed by invisible hands. Alex scrutinizes the scene, baffled by the inexplicable events. In the darkness, the chilling silhouette of a figure stands in a room just across from Alex. Unbeknownst to him, his world is being watched. As he cautiously approaches the room, a feeling of unease washes over him. He checks the room, finding it eerily empty, Yet, the unsettling sensation of being watched lingers. Alex, isolated in this remote, haunted structure, realizes he's no longer safe. He makes a swift decision to exit, leaving behind a mystery that continues to haunt his thoughts. What is happening in this forsaken place? You decide. Loving the scare so far? Subscribe for more. Click that button to keep the creepiness coming. Cave of Whispers. In a chilling tale from the depths of Japan, two paranormal investigators, Gan and Yas, respond to a viewer's unsettling plea. The viewer had captured a photo in an allegedly haunted cave nestled in Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. The image reveals an eerie sight, a woman seemingly peering out from behind a rocky outcrop. This cave has earned a reputation as a paranormal hotspot, where numerous visitors have claimed to encounter the mysterious apparition of a lady dressed entirely in white. As the night unfolds, the team ventures deep underground, navigating the cave system to locate the exact spot where the enigmatic photo was taken.
洋介さん気をつけてね。滑るよ。
石、巨大な石を下に落とすとか。やめて。マジ膝限界でさ、なんか和式トイレでトイレした時こんな感じじゃない。
ああ、わかる。
マジ。
左側どうかな。石、ここや。
石あるもんね。
ほら、
こんな感じじゃない。
あ、だね。
ああ、そうそうそう。
ちょっとうわ気持ち悪い。
てか無理、人がだってガッちゃんそんな足とか出してんじゃん。
とにかくここですね。
They find themselves cramped within the confines of a tiny cave tunnel. In these conditions, Yas and Dan decide to retreat to their vehicle to await their colleague, Kachan, who stays behind to listen and watch for any unusual occurrences. Kachan remains in the dark cave for nearly 20 minutes when something unnerving transpires.
え？濃い線やった今。ちょっと待ってマジ。とりあえず続けるか。いや怖いな普通に。
Suddenly, the sound of a woman weeping echoes from the depths of the cave, sending shivers down Kachan's spine. Meanwhile, outside in the car, Yas and Dan experience their own terrifying encounter. A figure.
大ちゃん初めてやったけど、どうだった ?13 です。
いや、結構ね、やっぱなんていうかな、やっぱ寒気まあ、その、洞窟っていうのもあるけど、やっぱそこがすごいよね。
そうね、なんか雰囲気が違うもんね、やっぱ。
ね。
うん。あと、コウモリエグかったね。
ああ、よかったね。
いや、前来た時ね、全部冬眠しとったけん、上にくっついとるだけやったんやけど、今日ずっと終始飛び回りよったけんさ、マジ地獄やったね。
いや、本当に。いや、結構ね、過酷。
なんでよ、もう。今、コンコン言ったよね。やばくない？車揺れたよ、今。
Unsettlingly close, lingers outside the passenger window, observing them intently. And then, two loud bangs, one from the back of the car and one from the front, leave them in a state of sheer dread. As the camera pans back toward the passenger window, the ominous figure appears to have vanished. But there's more to this eerie night. Back within the cave, something else occurs. While the team climbs down the rocky terrain, keen-eyed viewers spot something else. Something that might have been shadowing their descent into the cave. Take a closer look.
ちょっと待ってね。
Something or someone seems to be moving above them, following their path into the dark depths of the cave. Strangely, the investigators remain oblivious to this chilling presence. So, was this a face-to-face encounter with the spectral lady in white, a recurring figure haunting the cave? We're left with many questions. Haunted Hospital. Prepare for a chilling journey into the Baylor Scott and White Medical Center in Royce City, Texas, where Veronica is on the night shift, tending to her duties on the second floor. But then, the ordinary turns into something extraordinary, something that sends shivers down her spine.
Did you hear her?
Yes.
You hear her?
I was sleeping so we woke him up. We woke him up.
She probably thinks I'm her mom. That was you.
No, I swear to God. Was that something? Come home.
A soft voice, like a lullaby, fills the air. But there's a twist. No one's singing, and the words seem to blend with the silence of the night. A door creaks open, seemingly by its own accord, ushering in an eerie presence. As Veronica and her coworkers exchange nervous glances, she shares her belief that the Baylor Hospital harbors more than one ghostly resident. Among them, a young girl's spirit is said to roam the halls, her laughter and singing echoing through the night, as if she's reaching out to the living. So what's happening within these walls? Is this hospital truly haunted by the spirit of a young girl, a phantom trying to connect with the living? Eyes of the Mannequin. Now this is a creepy bonus to your daily dose of horror. In the dimly lit streets of Paris, a TikTok user known as the Truth444 shares an unsettling tale that begins with a simple stroll past the infamous Balenciaga store. What she encounters within that glass-paneled storefront is profoundly disconcerting.
Okay people, tell me something. So this is a store in Paris. This is a man's store in Paris. And this is a mannequin that they say that they made this and put this in the store. This boy look like somebody dead and bomb. Look at his hand. Wait, I'm doing it through the hole. Look at the boy hands. Look, the hands. His hands is as real as mine.
As she approaches the window, her voice quivers with disbelief. The mannequin on display appears unnervingly lifelike, resembling not a lifeless figure, but rather someone who's ventured beyond the realm of the living. Its hands, its features, everything about it is disconcertingly real.
If anybody have this guy missing, please. This is crazy. I've never seen anybody look so friggin' real. How you have this man in the store sit down? Look. Look at that. You see? This is friggin' crazy. Look in the guy eye. And them said they made this mannequin and put clothes on him and have him sit down in the window. Look at the guy friggin' face. He's in Paris. If you know anyone that missing a black son look like this, he's in Paris in the store in the window.
She gasps as the mannequin appears to fix its gaze upon her, as if acknowledging her presence. Viewers of the video are equally disturbed, with some insisting they witnessed the mannequin blinking. Rumors begin to circulate. Wild claims that the multi-billion-dollar fashion brand Balenciaga has done the unimaginable. They speculate that this mannequin isn't just a lifeless model, it's Christopher Tyler, a missing model. As these claims gain momentum, Christopher Tyler mysteriously vanishes from the online world. His modeling career halts, and his once public Instagram account becomes private. The public's disquiet grows, and they start to clamor for answers. Is this mannequin truly the embodiment of a missing model? A haunting secret held by a fashion giant. Christopher Tyler himself spurred by the chaos that unfolded online, is forced to address the speculation, proving he is very much alive. He thanks the concerned public, but reminds us all not to take everything at face value in this digital age.
Like, I appreciate everybody concerned, but, you know, you can't feed into whatever you see on the internet.
Nah, you a clone, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a fake page. They cloned me. Everything in the book. Everything in the book.
So, my fellow viewers, what are we to make of this haunting mannequin? A lifelike enigma that left us questioning our own reality. Spectre in the ward. Found on the internet, a video emerges from the deepest, darkest corner, shrouded in mystery. Without a known source, it's said to be captured within the walls of a hospital in Indonesia, a place where healing is supposed to occur. The footage, originally intended to reassure loved ones, takes a paranormal turn. As the patient reviews his own recording, his sense of safety unravels. In the frame, a shadowy figure, dressed in the deepest black, stands watch over another patient. It's an eerie sight, but what makes it truly unsettling is the patient's claim. There was no one there at the time. Viewers of this chilling video have their own theories. They suggest the figure appears to float, leading them to believe that this ghost might be the Grim Reaper himself, patiently awaiting the inevitable fate of the patient. But who knows for sure? Feeling brave? The next video holds more spine-tingling tales. Give in to curiosity and hit that click. If our previous video wasn't terrifying enough to leave you crying for your mommy, this one definitely will. Full of scary stories found on the internet. These videos are simply too scary to watch alone. Get ready to watch a plethora of scariness that will haunt you for the rest of your days. Sleepover horror. In Twin Falls, Idaho, a viewer named Oliver shared a harrowing video captured in his home. He initially recorded the video of his friends during sleepover. He records the basement where he and his friends would be staying for the night. But what happens next is like a scene from a horror movie.
What the hell?
In the footage, as he explores his basement and showcases where they'll be sleeping, he unexpectedly encounters a tall, dark figure inside a bedroom. Startled by the creepy figure, Oliver stumbles back, switches on the lights, and rechecks the room, but the figure seems to have vanished. Was the figure real, or just a figment of his imagination? What's even more unsettling is that when the video is slowed down, it becomes apparent that this mysterious figure appears to be wearing a hat. The figure is reminiscent of the infamous Hat Man, a being known for tormenting individuals experiencing sleep paralysis. Intriguingly, some have mentioned seeing him fully awake as well. Interestingly enough, Oliver mentioned that he had encountered sleep paralysis only during his childhood. The video raises the question of whether Oliver could have captured video evidence of the Hat Man. Swamp monster. Chosica, Peru, typically known for its sunny weather, faced a dire situation earlier in the year when heavy rains and mudslides wreaked havoc on the town. National news reported on the extensive damage and featured interviews with local residents who were uniting to clean up and rebuild their city. However, during the news report, something inexplicable and deeply unsettling occurred.
Desde el asentamiento humano Santo Domingo, Comité 6, mira la escalera, ¿cómo podría bajar aquí una persona, un anciano? Los niños, ¿cómo podrían bajar? Mira.
As the reporter detailed the floodwaters and mud cascading down a staircase behind her, an utterly muddy and obscure figure emerged and appeared to be following her. Remarkably, the reporter seemed entirely unaware of this bizarre presence and continued her reporting, ascending the stairs to conclude her story. Was that a human in disguise or a creepy mud monster? This peculiar footage quickly went viral, leaving numerous viewers speculating on the identity of this mysterious figure. Questions emerged. Was it a creature, a monster, or something else entirely? What added to the mystery was that the figure seemed entirely devoid of clothing, hair, and featured scarily distorted facial characteristics. Given the hazardous conditions, it seemed impossible that any normal person could endure such conditions without being swept away by the flood or exposing themselves to the bacteria-infested waters. Creepy Jinn. A brief and creepy video, initially shared on TikTok without a confirmed source, has captured the attention of many. There's speculation that the original creator might be Jordanian ghost hunter Ihab Kasmia, although the true source remains unverified. Whatever the source may be, there's no denying of how sinister the actual video is. Take a look.
Hey. Yee. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. فكرت في اشي هون اخوان. ها سمعت الصوت؟ صوت الباب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. اسمع صوت الصراخ. اسمع.
In this mysterious video, a face is seen creepily staring through the narrow crack of a door. The person behind the camera reacts swiftly by moving around the door to face the figure, only to find that there is no one there. Some believe that the face could belong to a jinn, a sinister and shape-shifting entity that enjoys toying with explorers. Regrettably, due to the absence of the original source and video, the exact nature of this occurrence remains uncertain. The video raises questions. Is it genuine evidence of a jinn caught on camera, or could it be an intricate hoax? You decide and let us know. Mystery apparition. The alleged security footage shot near a reputedly haunted well in Oracos, Peru, has garnered significant attention for how creepy it is. In the footage, a man can be observed sitting near the well, but his behavior becomes inexplicable and eerie. The video leaves viewers bewildered and unsure about whether it shows a ghostly apparition or an unusual camera malfunction. The video snippet raises questions about the true nature of the recorded events, leaving much room for speculation. Was it a ghost or a weird camera glitch recorded? Enjoying the creeps these terrifying clips are bringing you? Don't forget to subscribe as we move on to the next eerie story and continue to stay in the loop for more creepiness. Shadow figure. Isaac, a dedicated viewer, shared a puzzling encounter involving his uncle. One night, Isaac's uncle noticed something unusual on his home security camera. There, in the middle of the road, stood a shadowy figure. What made this sighting truly perplexing was the fact that passing cars seemed to drive right through the figure without any apparent interaction. Intrigued and perhaps a little unnerved, Isaac's uncle decided to head outside for a closer look. However, as he approached, the mysterious dark figure abruptly vanished into thin air. This left them with an unsettling question. Was this a supernatural presence keeping watch over their house? Or was there a rational explanation for this eerie phenomenon? In abandoned Veracruz, Mexico, a band played their farewell gig as one of their members was preparing to relocate to a different town. Little did they know, this event held an eerie secret. After the performance, when they rewatched the recording, they made a spine-chilling discovery. In the video, a ghostly figure resembling a young girl with a pale, distorted face was seen lurking behind the TV in the right corner. What added to the eeriness was the figure's tendency to appear and disappear within different segments of the video. The band members couldn't help but wonder if this mysterious, pale girl might be the spirit of a friend who had tragically taken her own life years earlier, visiting them for one last goodbye at their final performance. What do you think? Was it truly their long-lost friend or a camera glitch? Cry for help. Determined paranormal investigator Dee embarked on a brave journey to Beaver Creek State Park in East Liverpool, Ohio, renowned as one of the most haunted state parks in the area, with reported sightings of ghosts and mysterious creatures. Armed with an EMF detector and a spirit box app on her phone, Dee aimed to put the park's supernatural claims to the test. It was already late when Dee arrived into the dark woods and began her observation. However, things quickly took a sinister turn.
Hopefully y'all can see me. I don't know. Right myself. Anyway, I've got the EMF detector and I'm gonna, is that gonna help? I'm blinding myself. See if I can get anything to interact with that. My old one I used to have. I broke. So I'm gonna try to do it this time. What the hell is that? Ah! Ah! What the hell? Guys, I was not even on that. I wasn't even on the app. I don't know how that came out of my freaking phone.
While sitting deep within the woods late at night, Dee heard a troubling sound that seemed to emanate from her surroundings. Startled, she thought it to be coming from her phone's app, although she couldn't be entirely certain. Had a paranormal entity finally arrived to haunt Dee? With a growing sense of unease and anxiety, Dee decided to retrace her steps through the woods to reach her car and make a hasty exit from whatever was making those noises. But what awaited her was more terrifying than anything she could have imagined.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't want to be in here. I wanted to make a good video for you guys, but I don't know what the heck made that noise. It sounds like a dang wild cat, like a big cat, but we don't have big cats here. I don't feel good in this place, guys. I really don't know what to do. I really don't know where to go. No. There's a light up there. I can't see it. Somebody's looking for me. This is not good. I think they're trying to lure me out. There's flashlights. I don't know if you guys can see them.
In the darkness, she heard a man's voice crying out for help, and she spotted distant flashlights. Paralyzed by fear, Dee couldn't trust the call for help and sought refuge in the shadows. Suddenly, the voice appeared right next to her ear, prompting her to make a desperate sprint for safety. The chilling aftermath left Dee shaken, still puzzled about who or what had been in the dark woods that night. Whether it was a paranormal entity or something far more sinister. Could it have been a paranormal entity or just some hooligans terrorizing Dee for fun? Let us know what you think. Spirit Stalker. Eric Gunner has endured 2 years of relentless paranormal activity that seems to follow him from one house to another in Mexico. Terrifyingly, every time Eric attempts to run away, the spirit follows him, even more vengeful and aggressive than before. One fateful night, Eric and his faithful dog Beans were jolted awake by loud, persistent banging on his bedroom door. This time, Eric was prepared to document the relentless torment he'd been living through.
Eso. ¿Hay alguien aquí? A ver, espera. ¿Hay alguien aquí? Escuché como si me hablaran. No sé si se alcanzó a escuchar una voz. Se lo juro que no sé si se alcanzó a escuchar una voz. Uy. Sentí como si me soplaran en la nuca, no sé. Como si me hicieran así como... Mejor ya no pregunto eso. Uy. 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 No manches. Está viendo lo que yo. Y no solo eso, Ahí en el refri tenía una foto de mi mamá. Ahorita no me fijé en el video, pero pues antes de irme a dormir ahí la tenía. No está. Ni tampoco está la cruz. ¿Qué pedo?
To his shock, while standing in the same area for just 6 minutes, a cross hanging on the living room wall and a photo on the fridge mysteriously disappeared. Had someone broken into his home? This was a perplexing development, as no one could have entered without making a sound or being noticed by Eric.
Hola. Ay, chinga tu madre. No mames.
The chilling events took a terrifying turn when 2 small, childlike hands pressed against the glass windows and door. As Eric drew closer, a grotesque face emerged from the darkness. The sheer terror of the encounter drove him back upstairs to be with Beans, and he couldn't bring himself to sleep for the rest of the night. Will the vengeful spirit ever leave Eric alone? Terrifying mermaid sighted? Off the coast of Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, a group of fishermen returned home late one night when they noticed a peculiar and eerie sight beneath the ocean surface.
Mira, prendí y apagó. Submarino. No acercarme mucho.
¿Qué? No, güey.
Wow, mira eso. Uy, me acerqué.
A radiant blue light pulsed unevenly, casting an otherworldly glow underwater. Intrigued, the fishermen decide to investigate further. What they witnessed next defied explanation.
Mira, empezó en el puente y está en la boya, era la boya. El puente está a mano izquierda, Mira eso, mira. Mira eso. Hay algo ahí. Mira algo ahí. Míralo. Yo no sé qué carajo es eso, dale para atrás. Yo no quiero saber. Dale. No quiero saber. No quiero saber, dale. ¿No crees que yo vi algo? No. Dale. Mira ahí. Sí, eso es eso. ¿Yo? Wow.
A dark, humanoid figure emerged from the water and moved through the bizarre blue light. Viewers of the video initially wondered that it might be a diver. However, the absence of nearby boats and the figure's odd shape raised doubts about this theory. Moreover, the figure seemed to swim upright, almost as if it were walking swiftly beneath the water's surface. The perplexing footage quickly went viral, sparking debates about the true nature of this mysterious underwater encounter, with suggestions ranging from a creature to an alien, and even the possibility of a mermaid-like entity. Do you think it could have actually been a mermaid? Or was it just some strange fish? If you think you're still not satisfied and have what it takes to bear more creepiness, click here to watch more terrifying videos that will leave you screaming for your mommy.
No, está hablando solo.
What you're about to watch is the scariest ghost story caught on camera. So don't choke on your chips, just put it aside and turn off the lights. The creepy tales featured in this compilation are absolutely sinister. The ghost apparitions are so damn freakish that I can't unsee them. Their demonic faces would keep me up at night. So if you're faint-hearted, I suggest you don't watch this at night. Anyways, welcome to the haunted realm. Punished by Father. Our first clip comes from TikTok user Sabrina, who recently visited the famous Aston Hall mansion in Birmingham, England. It is said that the mansion dates back to the early 17th century, being built by Sir Thomas Holt as a gift for his family. This old mansion, which stands for its glory of monumental architecture, has an uncanny history. Visitors of the past and the modern day have reported clear sightings of ghosts in the premises of the mansion. Most of them clearly point to the sighting of a female spirit. It is also being told that this spirit could be none other than Sir Thomas's daughter, Mary. Holt was hard on himself and his family. He did the worst thing anyone can possibly imagine. He imprisoned Mary for 16 years in a secluded cell at the top of the building. It was a punishment for falling in love with a man of her choice. Her relationship and plead for marriage with her lover were never approved by her father. As a result of the poor treatment, Mary soon withered and died in the cell. Legend has it that her tormented soul resides in the same cell and continues to haunt the top area of the mansion. The mansion, being centuries old, has now turned into a museum attraction for thousands around the world. Our OP Sabrina has decided to visit the mansion and look for the place of Mary's demise. Sabrina's not the only one who's excited here. Sabrina's husband had already thought of calling out to Mary, and as he tries to summon her, this is what happened. Take a close look.
Mary? I mean you no harm. We know you're in there. We seen you. Where are you, Mary? Mary?
Did you see it?
Mary? Mary? Are you still in there, Mary? You can come out now. My name's Thomas. Hello.
The moving shadow clearly points to some ethereal presence in the abandoned cell. Skeptics have hit again, saying that a shadow doesn't explain much. Sabrina should have investigated by going upstairs, but Sabrina has responded, saying that she's not a ghost hunter and the staircase leading to the room is not suitable to step on. It's hollow and can crumble into pieces anytime, so she won't risk her life to enter the room.
So many people are asking this question. Me and my husband are not investigators, nor are we ghost hunters. We was there as tourists. My husband thought it was clever to call out Mary after learning her history of walking around the castle. I was petrified and didn't find it very funny. And as you can hear in the video, I kept saying how scared I was. When we saw the shadow, as I dropped my phone, as you can see my phone goes down, something came towards us. At this point I had started crying as a big grown woman.
However, it didn't stop everybody. The clip shows Sabrina's husband gaining the courage to enter the cell.
Found it. There's the attic room. I don't think we're allowed to do this, but let's go for it. Wow, it is freezing cold in this room.
So, could it be the tormented soul of Mary, who never escaped the cell? Is it possible that the freezing cold temperature hints on the room being occupied by the dead? Like always, you decide. Creeper. Our next clip comes from TikTok user Wade, who claims he had never experienced anything strange in his home before the incident shared in the video. It all happened in the middle of the night when Wade was asleep and his baby daughter was in her crib. To his dismay, he woke up to a nightmare the next morning. As he checked his phone for text from his wife, he saw a photo that was taken by someone at 2:40 a.m. from his phone. Wade is now totally freaked out. He has no clue how someone could take a picture of him sleeping at midnight when there was no one at home.
So I think probably the creepiest thing that's ever happened to me just happened. When I woke up this morning, my phone said that my storage was full, so I went to my photos to delete some, and the very first one was a photo taken last night of me asleep in my bed. It was an overview photo. And the creepy part is I'm home alone with my 10-month-old daughter. My wife's been out of town in Colorado for a week. I live in Washington. There's no way that my 10-month-old could have taken the photo because she sleeps in a crib in one room over, and there's no way she could have crawled out of her crib, came into my room, got my phone, and then found a way to stand like 5 feet above my bed and take the picture. It's not possible. And even if she did, there would be a notification on the app for her camera. So I'm super freaked out right now. I feel like there's someone in my house. I feel like there's someone watching me, and I don't know what to do. At the end of this video, I'll add the photo for context to anyone that's seeing this and hasn't seen the first video. I'm home alone, just me and my daughter, and someone took a picture of me in my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is super terrifying. Right now, I'm staying at a buddy's house in his guest room. We're too spooked to stay at my house. It's just too creepy. Even though I did search the whole house, there's definitely no one there. And I made a police report. They didn't really seem super interested. But anyways, here's the photo. I made sure to screenshot it so you can see what time it was taken. It's at 2:34 in the morning. As you can see, there's no way that my daughter could have taken it. And there was no one else at my house. Yeah, the way that the photo looks is just super creepy, and it looks like someone was standing on my bed, which is also super creepy.
What's downright creepy is that the photo's angle shows that it was taken by someone who stood on top of the bed, but Wade never felt the weight of anyone. There's no sign of anyone creeping into his bedroom. Wade even checked the house, but he couldn't find anything that can explain this mystery. Wade was scared to hell. He decided to take his daughter with him to a friend's home. He tells us he's staying in his guest room and would return when the danger subsides. After a few days, Wade returns to his home. He's realized it's got peaceful again. Nothing happens until Wade posts an update on his return. Take a listen.
Alright, yeah, for a little update, sorry, I'm super freaked out, so I'm shaking, but we got home from my buddies earlier today, and I searched the house. It seemed fine. I searched my attic. I don't have a basement. We started to calm down. Everything started to seem normal. So I decided I wanted to take a shower, which is fine. I took a shower, and as soon as I got out and grabbed my towel, I realized that my towel was soaking wet, like someone had just used it. There's been no one here. Yeah, there's some people in the comments that are saying get a dog and get a gun. I have both of those things. My dog is old and deaf and pretty blind, but she's always slept in my daughter's room. She slept in my daughter's room the night that I got the picture taken of me, which is kind of why I feel like nothing happened to her, but I don't know for sure. Anyways, tonight, we're all gonna sleep in my room. I'm gonna have the dog in there, the baby, the gun, everything. I'm gonna keep my door locked. And, yeah, I also called the police. They're really not helping me out.
You can see in the clip, Wade is creeped out. He's scared to death. He's unable to hold back his tears, but the creeper doesn't show any mercy. And a few nights later, the paranormal activities become more noticeable. Wade has got his dog and baby in the same room. It's nighttime when this suddenly happens.
I just woke up to something scratching at my door. I originally thought it was my dog. My dog is right here. Daisy, no. Shit. You okay? Come on, honey. Can't leave the dog. Shit. I'm coming, Daisy. Can't leave the damn dog. She'll come back for me. Daisy, come on. Come on. Daisy, get in the car. Get in the car.
The lonely man is taken aback by the sound of scratching at the door from outside, but as he opens his door, he's unable to find anything, and the door on the other side of the hallway slams shut in his face. The man is now freaked out. He rushes outside while he hears a sudden whisper saying, "Get out." Next, the man picks up his daughter and tries to jump from the room window. At this moment, we can see an eerie whisper saying, "Leave this place."
Leave this place.
right after that, as the camera pans across the window, we see a hand placed against the glass, but Wade doesn't seem to witness the creepy hand. Now, Wade is absolutely petrified. He has no clue what to do. Ever since this haunting event, Wade has been staying up at a hotel. Viewers are worried about the baby daughter as the man jumped out of the window along with her, but he has confirmed that the baby is just fine, nothing really to worry about. So, are we seeing a ghost in this footage? Or is it just a made-up hoax? Well, as for all the clips, you decide. If you haven't subscribed till yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. And as always, stay tuned for more creepy tales. The Dead Client. Our next clip comes from TikTok user Kako Garcia, who works at a mechanic dealer shop. It is said that the mechanic is really good at his job and would often be appreciated by his clients for his skill and love for cars. But this time, when a car came for repair, it was revealed to the shop owner that the client passed away the next day. Unaware of the tragic ending of his client, the mechanic continued to make repairs on the car. The next day, the security camera has caught footage of the mechanic talking to someone who only he seems to be seeing. Here's the horrifying footage. Take a close look.
Este weón se volvió loco. Estoy revisando por la cámara del taller de mi teléfono, estoy en mi casa. Y este maestro está hablando solo. No cacho qué onda. De verdad que no cacho qué onda. No, está hablando solo. Le voy a preguntar por cámara qué está haciendo. A ver, vamos a preguntar. ¿Sabes que consígueme el teléfono con la Connie, porfa? Es que no me da, está hablando solo, mira, Connie. No sé si estoy loco o qué. Mira. ¿Pero con quién habla, weón? ¿Aló? Oye, disculpa, pero ¿con quién estás hablando?
Con don Carlos, que me está pasando el presupuesto y explicándole el tema del accidente que tuvo anoche en la carretera. Entonces me está viendo el presupuesto, le estoy explicándole lo que le estoy diciendo.
Oye, cálmate. ¿Qué, don Carlos? Pero, oye, escúchame un poquito. ¿Tú me estás hablando del accidente de anoche?
Claro.
Juan, me estáis hueveando, ¿cierto?
No, pues estoy con don Carlos aquí, pues. Me estoy explicándole todo.
Oye, ¿podéis subir? ¿Sabes qué? Oye, es que no estáis hablando con nadie, viejo.
No puede ser, pues yo tengo el caballero aquí al frente mío, pues.
No estás hablando con nadie, Juan, y ayer los que chocaron murieron todos. Juan, no estás con nadie, sube y ven a ver las cámaras, tengo todo grabado.
You can clearly see that the owner watches over the mechanic from the security camera. The workshop owner is now shaken. He summons the mechanic and asks him who he's talking to. And to his horror, the mechanic reveals that he was talking to Carlos, the client who died. The owner is now in shock as he reveals to the mechanic that the client had died in a tragic accident the other day. The camera shows no one. So, who is the mechanic talking to? Is it some kind of ghost, spirit, or perhaps a playful demon? Or is the mechanic tired of a long day's labor? Ever since the mechanic found out about the tragic demise of his client, he's really scared. But as for all the negativity in our lives, it doesn't leave us, but continues to haunt us until we accept and overcome our fears. The same happened with the mechanic. One day, he was working on the car indoors when this happened. mechanic can be seen working on the car. When the camera malfunctions, it pans across the room on its own and then loses color. Next, when the mechanic gets on the phone, he witnesses a jacket hang loose from the hook and fall off by itself. The mechanic is blood-chilled now. He rushes outside, screaming for his life. Ever since the strange incident, the mechanic has stopped working on the car, saying that the history of the car is yet unknown, and he doesn't want the negative energy of the past events to follow him. So, what is really happening here? Are we seeing the poltergeist of the deceased client? Or is there a rather simpler explanation to these creepy events? Comment down your thoughts. Something sinister underground. Our final clip of today's compilation comes from the YouTube channel Crew Ghost Adventures. It is being said that it was filmed near the London Underground station. Previous employees of the station were always scared to work at night. Some have even said that the entire area is badly haunted. Strange noises, eerie whispers, moving objects, and misplaced equipment is something that is very common, with the events hinting of a poltergeist. No one among the staff even dared to check out what was the real reason behind all the strange happenings. But one day, a crew member heard a strange noise. Being curious and scared at the same time, he decided to check it out by himself. Take a close look.
We're not left there. I don't know what it is. I do, yeah. Just lift it up, I'll go under. I ain't scared again, dirty. Oh shit. Oh, yeah, feel those. No. Yeah. It fucking seemed mate, it fucking stopped. Do you not hear it? Stop.
Stop, yeah. Come on, well, get out. I'm going because we've got to do tricks.
The eerie breathing noise doesn't sound human at all. That's one thing that unnerved the staff member and made him check out the area for the wicked proof of paranormal. What's even more chilling is that as the staff guy was closing in on the strange breathing noise, it suddenly muted on its own. It all seems like whoever or whatever made the noise was aware of the guy following them. The next day, the staff went on to check the area for dogs and animals, but couldn't find anything that could explain the strange breathing noise. What's downright chilling is that the same creepy noise returned after a few days and could be heard for 20 minutes. But this time, the staff member wasn't working at night to record it. So, what do you think can be happening here? Is it a demon's lair where all things sinister persist to prey on the living? Or do we have a rather simple explanation for this one? I'm curious to learn about your thoughts and theories on this one. If you liked this scary ghost story, make sure to check out our YouTube channel. We post a lot of creepy tales every week, from the most haunted places to the creepiest events caught on camera. We bring you all. For the full experience, make sure to turn off the lights. What you're about to watch are some of the creepiest tales ever told on camera. Shown weird footage is scary as heck, so grab a blanket if you need, because these spine-chilling videos are sure to cause nightmares. If you're thrilled for a heart-pounding night of horror, then you're welcome. Some clips featured in this compilation are best creepy videos to watch before going to bed. So put your chips aside because I don't want you to choke on them. Let's begin. Man with a hat. Our first clip makes for one of the most disturbing discoveries on camera. It was posted by TikTok user scariest8666. Since then, it has been the center of attention for thrill seekers. But what's downright creepy is that no one knows the original source of this video. It is being told that it was filmed by a homeowner who experienced strange noises in his home when he was all alone. Here's the footage. Watch it closely. If you watch it again, you'll realize that a silhouette of a man wearing a hat is caught on camera. But as the homeowner gives it a second glance, the stranger is nowhere to be found. Viewers suspect that this could be a sinister apparition of the Hat Man. Legend has it that the Hat Man is a malicious entity that has existed from the time of our ancestors. Origins remain unknown. Its uncanny demeanor and the purpose behind its sinister presence lives to be a mystery till this day. The experience and encounters with the Hat Man are nothing new. Over decades, there have been several instances where people witness the apparition of a similar sort. Descriptions can vary among them, as the legend of the Hat Man has lived for decades. It has also been theorized that this malicious figure often appears as a silhouette in front of those who are in emotional distress. Or worse, people who are drawn to the occult might come in contact with him. Some suspect it to be an entity from another world, capable of doing interdimensional travel. And we shouldn't be surprised if there were reported incidents of missing people. It all may sound downright creepy, but no one can tell for sure if the Hat Man exists for real. So, what do you think is going on here? Is this video living proof of the legend of the Hat Man, or just an elaborate hoax? Let us know what you think. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Our next clip comes from ex-user World War III. It was recently captured in September 2023. In it, the skies of Melbourne, Australia caught a magnificent sight of a UAP. The clip instantly went viral on social media, making viewers question what's really going on. Let's see if you can spot it too. Just watch it closely and tell us in the comments what you saw. In the night sky, two celestial bodies can be seen descending from the sky. They continue to fall at a steady speed for a brief moment, but then hover over their position, as if an attempt is being made to spy over the surroundings. Soon, a third luminous object joins in. It's really difficult to trace its source in the clip, which makes this weird footage scary as heck. However, skeptics have hit again, saying that these can be skydivers, but the uncanny arrangement of the objects doesn't seem to support their theory. Also, there have been more accounts of watching these shimmering objects very recently from around the world. Some suspect them to be an attempt of an outer-worldly interference on our planet, whereas skeptics have been rather reserved. And with the ongoing debate between the two groups, it seems very early to make a call on this one. So, for now, the Melbourne Lights footage should be kept as a mystery. However, if you've any theories, you're always welcome in the comments. Speak your mind and delight us with your precise observation. The Predator? The next shown weird footage is scary as heck. It has been confirmed that it belongs to the countryside in Peru. What has been captured has left viewers baffled and freaked out at the same time. It was first uploaded to TikTok by user MinyVictory10. The mobile cam footage has caught something quite extraordinary. Just watch it closely. At first, it appears as if an undergrown bunch of branches falls off the tree, but upon closer inspection, it is easier to make out that there's a transparent silhouette that is up there on the perch that shook up the tree to cause the branches to fall. The transparent shape hints on some kind of ethereal presence. Viewers suspect that it could also be an otherworldly phenomenon of the alien character, Predator, which was once featured in a movie. Even though it all sounds too far-fetched for now, one can't deny the fact that the transparent figure can be seen from the naked eye, even at a distance. Its uncanny presence is evident in the footage. However, skeptics consider it to be a glitch in the footage. And as always, the debate will carry on by itself. Till then, this clip has got to remain as an unsolved mystery. I would really like your theories on this one. If you haven't subscribed till yet, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon right now so you don't miss out on the latest updates. Rustling on their own. This next clip was shared by Danielle C. While hiking with his family in the countryside, he came across a strange tree. What has been caught will give you goosebumps.
I think it's wind. I don't know though.
Why is wind making it look like it's...
There's a lot of wind there. A lot of wind.
Oh, yeah.
We can clearly see that the foliage on the tree is moving on its own. What's creepy is there's not even the slightest gust of wind that can force its movement. The family have explained it by showing that there's no sign of wind around. The rest of the tree is steady and in silence, while this branch continues to be playful in a strange and eerie fashion of its own. So, what do you think is going on here? Is there a science behind such a peculiar movement of the branches? Or do we have something sinister at play? Comment down your theories. Was it his snap? Our next clip was uploaded to the internet by user Chanel Bays. Soon after being posted, it went viral on Instagram. The clip is an excerpt of the recent CCTV footage from the premises of a hospital. The video shows 4 simultaneous footages of CCTV camera, each for the surveillance in a different facility of the hospital. But what happens next will leave you stunned and petrified with your next hospital visit. In just a fraction of a second, several people disappear from all 4 footages simultaneously. Those left are quick to notice the disappearance of other fellows. They're absolutely freaked out. The CCTV footage has captured convincing evidence in the form of shock and disbelief on their faces, and quite miserably, that's all. We don't really know what happened next, as the footage ended right there. Netizens say that shown weird footage is scary as heck, and the possibility of a camera glitch seems unlikely, because in one footage, a cell phone drops on the floor as if the person holding it just exited his space. Is he being abducted? If yes, then by who? In another instance, a walking stick falls on the floor, and a bunch of people sitting on the bench vanish from the site completely. The scenes are truly terrifying as they defy reality in its best. Since the clip went viral over social media, it has spurred hundreds of interesting interpretations. Most common among them is that viewers are drawing parallels with the fictional character Thanos, whose snap wipes out half of all the living things in the universe. Even though it all sounds too far-fetched, the sudden disappearance of people only adds to the eeriness of the clip. More questions arise every time you watch this weird footage. The fact that objects change motion and fall on their own is in itself a disturbing mystery. I can't rule out this clip for a fake because the scene looks creepy real. So, What do you think is going on inside this hospital? Are random people being abducted by some interdimensional entity? Is the snap of Thanos for real? Or is there a rather simple explanation to the entire story? I would really like your theories on this one, so make sure to comment down below. UAP in Brazil. Our final clip captures a clear and convincing sighting of an unidentified aerial phenomenon. On the night of August 14th, a shimmering object can be seen hovering in the sky. It is then seen descending. The clip has spurred debate among viewers, some saying that it's a UFO, whereas others disregard the idea of a UAP sighting, saying that it could be a drone that is being mistaken for a UAP. Some researchers even suggest that it could be the golden bird that shimmers in the night sky, but that's very unlikely in Brazil, and for a bird to shine like a star to draw our gaze from that distance seems improbable. Air Force authorities say that they don't investigate UAPs, but are looking forward to research from third-party groups. The police also kept their spokes team tight-lipped on the matter when they were asked what the city's drone had captured that night. So, what is going on here? Is it the sighting of a UFO? Are authorities being forced to be tight-lipped on the matter? Well, I guess we may never know until further investigation is made. If you like this weird compilation of disturbing discoveries, make sure to check out our YouTube channel. We post a lot of weird footage that is scary as heck, so go and check it out now. Our clips have literally everything that will terrify you tonight. So here's a little advice: don't choke on your chips.